What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blaze King with King's Critique, so we're back for Watanare. And the first episode of the comeback of this show was something. It had the good and mostly bad parts to it. Because, again, Renako being, the queen of irony. Oh no, I'm getting everything in life, but why? It's overwhelming! Listen, Kaho deserved the crash out she got at the end of the last episode. Like, she didn't need to apologize necessarily. She deserved that crash out that she had. Like, just reeling her head back and reeling her head back and smashing it into Renako's, fully deserved, honestly. But here we are with episode 2, and they have made up, supposedly. I think I know where this is going because I remember seeing previews for the movie that this basically is taking part of. I thought the entirety of season 2 was in that movie, but maybe it was just these 4 episodes. Regardless, we have the next part of that, and I think Renako is about to get a part-time job. So, I might be wrong, but let me know your thoughts on what's about to happen in the comment section down below. If you don't know anything about it, if you haven't seen any previews from the movie or whatever it might be, hit the like button, subscribe, let the whole video run through if you're not gonna if you're not gonna have for conversations, but as always encouraged to comment stuff down below wherever it might be. And that said, let's get into it. Pause, Kaho, what do you mean by showing skin? What do you mean showing 1 millimeter of skin? Kaho, what are we doing? the way it going just from an awkward pause to this look on her face. Later! Listen, anyone who ever says that you'll get paid for showing off skin, that usually leads to some questionable places. But again, I'm considering more so that, one measure of content that I don't think is easily found on the internet anymore. But also, this is all gay and nothing straight, so at least that's probably not a thing. Hey, yo, 30... Okay, now, hold on, wait. I'll put on a maid outfit for 30,000. Like, even 30,000 yen, that's still like 3K in American money, which is pretty good, honestly. Like, I'll put on a maid outfit for $3,000. And that is a legitimate thing. Listen, hey, if anybody wants to, like, shoot something in my PayPal, I will buy a maid outfit and I will put it on and, like, record a month's worth of stuff or something. Maybe a little bit more than 3K if I have to buy myself it, but... People put on maid outfits all the time on stream. I feel like me putting on a maid outfit to record anime would, like, be a fair enough trade. I mean, I could do it on stream, too, whether it be, like, gaming on my main thing or not, but, like, I mean, that offer's out there. Hey, if anyone wants to, like, pay me a handsome sum of money for me to put on a maid outfit, this has to be dangerous. I don't know if it's dangerous. It's not like she says you're exposing a lot of skin. Then again, even a millimeter could be a hoo-ha. I actually didn't mean that to be so literal, by the way, but also, she is off. Yes, she is hugging on her PlayStation. Don't question it. Just leave slowly. Listen, if you want to take into consideration things being warm when turned on, maybe you should go back to considering about your girlfriends. No, come on. I will have loved a moment where the sister just kind of did the thing she did when she caught her and mine, just... Because honestly, I think that is way more awkward than seeing a girl between your sister's legs. I also think cuddling your game system is weirder. Like, I literally just said there's a difference between, like, catching a hot girl between your sister's legs and catching her cuddling a PlayStation. This is the exact difference I'm talking about of, like, awkward, but also you wish you could be in that situation, and a just don't leave it plugged in, you'll burn the house down. Ooh. Yeah, the fact it got tossed that far is crazy. The internal panic of will it turn back on? It's not plugged in. Actually, that is even worse, though, if she actually did break it and she's not just being a dumbass because it wasn't plugged in. Because now she's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to take that job to get a new one. No! Honestly, like, an understandable situation, because, listen, I have been in similar situations where I'm like, oh no, this thing isn't working. Oh no, I don't have the money for this thing. Oh no. Because, like, my mindset isn't in the, hey, I have a job that was basically offered to me where I could make a shit ton of money. It's, oh no, this thing is broken. Well, time to end it all. Because 99% of the things, if they break, I would not be able to fix easily. Like, say for one instance, my capture card, that breaks. As long as I have like $100 or $2 on a credit card, I can replace that. That's not a big deal. Something else breaking that's a little more expensive than that is a different story. I've had things break multiple times in the same year that I've had to replace a couple times, which was not fun. So I understand it, but at least she has like a job offer waiting, just like girlfriends, hand over fist. I swear to God, if you say plane, I'm going to grab a box from that corner and punch it. Okay, that technically is not saying she's plain yet, but also the fact she needs to be pounded, take that how you will, is like on a very high level. She is seriously misunderstanding what day and age she, like, maybe the manga was made in like 2010 and I'm not understanding this. Maybe the manga was made before like everything became insane and that's why this is as hard as it is for her. Because, like, at least for the past 5 years, people have been not giving a fuck about hurting other people's feelings and or dating multiple people at the same time, whether they know it or not. So, like I understand that it's kind of supposed to come from the perspective of somebody that like doesn't understand what love is in theory, but also having been a fan of anime and manga, she knows what love is to an extent. Because while it's nothing a lot of us will ever experience for ourselves, we know what it's supposed to be. Like, the projection of what love is supposed to be is not what it actually is, and I get maybe where that's where it's hard for her, because, like, perspectively, it's being shown as, she isn't sure how to handle an actual situation like that for herself, even though she has some form of what it might mean from the perspective of, fiction. Kind of like the entire idea of, being in love with anybody in this day and age is like just that, fiction. Cause like if you tell somebody you found a girlfriend or boyfriend or they friend, it friend, whatever, in the past 5 years, you're being used and you should look into them. To be fair, Sasuke might not be customer support, but like, you're like the neutral gay in the entire situation. Like, you want to be with Mai, but you'll also take Renako if it's at the same time. But this thing involving Ajisai, you're just kind of annoyed with because it's like bothering Mai. She's just trying to not let Renako know. So it's just very like, yeah, that's about it. Satsuki is the neutral gay in the entire situation, and that's just probably more bothersome for her, not like overwhelming like it is for Renako and her like unnecessary self-deprecative self. But like you have feelings for at least one, maybe both people in this equation outside of Ajisai. But then all of it comes to you when both of the others complain about the fourth party. Again, basically Satsuki's being like, you're being handed everything, shut the fuck up and figure it out. Because that, yeah, honestly, if you had won, if I had won between, that three-way that we had, you'd be mine, period. And then you'd have to worry about hurting Mai's feelings and Ajisai's. But because you won, we're getting along and you can have us both. But now Ajazai's involved and you're in a whole new world of panic. You want to know what you should do? Stop being so positive and adorable and likable, and maybe you won't have people falling over you. But it's a little late for that from the four of us. Four? Never mind. That is also basically like a sum of my life is choosing the path to walk on and knowing to regret it later. I mean, like, look at a bunch of the stuff I say. Like, I'm committed to this content creation thing, even if it ends up killing me. So, like, I either live a good path to a mostly stressless life, because, I mean, there are a couple of you cunts who come on my stuff and comment things that might be a little unnecessary, but honestly, it's whatever. As a content creator, that's how it is, whether it be, like, for reaction content like I do here, or gaming content like the other channel. There'll be a bunch of piss pots that want to talk shit, and it's like, yeah, do what you're gonna do. You're probably gonna end up in jail or something anyway. Partially kidding. Though there are some people I wonder sometimes who are mean to a certain extent in the comment section. What kind of shit are they saying to other people that might get them arrested one day? Because, like, take for instance the last, like, notable comment I got, saying I look like Tectone with hair. It's like, listen, he ain't the worst looking dude, honestly. And, like, I am very strongly opinionated like he is, so I might not be as controversial with a lot of things I say yet, like he is, or like the other people are in that realm. But listen, I wish I were even, half as okay looking as somebody like him. I'm not gonna say he's attractive or anything, because listen, I can say the no homo thing to admit a lot of guys are attractive. That is not one of those dudes that I will say that for. I will say he's not as, like, I got hit with a brick repeatedly ugly like I am. But. And now Kaho's waiting again. Motherfucker. Top 10 anime betrayals. Also, though, by the way, what happened to her PS5 is the exact same reason why I say don't cuddle your game systems. Like, having an absolutely terrible day and wanting to, like, hug on it to, like, ground yourself is one thing. But to fall asleep with it in your arms, that's only going to lead to bad places. It's like, I don't know, playing your Switch on the bed or something and then leaving it sitting it next to you while you go to sleep. And then you wake up in the morning and it's, like, face down on the ground. And you just kind of look like, don't let the screen be cracked, don't let the screen be cracked, don't let the screen be cracked. Yeah, because I've never played with my Switch in the bed. That's the exact reason why, because I know some shit like that would happen to me. Because again, what have we learned, class, from watching King's Critiques? Something bad will always happen in life. Right? Hey, at least you know what to call your harem now, the quintet. Hey, yo? Now you're trying to hit on her. Maybe in joking fashion, but, like, whatever. She's probably going to say, no, I don't like it. Bitch. You like girls. Speaking of, say it with me, of things that have been said on the channel before, Renako is, come on, 2 words, a useless lesbian. We love her. We adore her. But goddamn, she is a useless lesbian. Probably the fact you willingly kissed at least 2 of them. So is Kaho basically admitting she's into girls and not just the shipping potential? Again, it's so hard to tell if she's fucking with her or not. Damn, she really has been cosplaying for a bit, huh? Okay, so that's where that picture came from. Also, Satsuki pulled it off quite well. Huh. You found it on accident. Isn't that what Satsuki sent you before? Hey, listen, I have one cosplay. And if I ever were actually wear it at a con, which I do hope I get to do sometime this year, like maybe when the fall starts, the summer, the spring, that kind of thing, Hell, maybe I'll buy a second cosplay, one that's actually more properly fitting, because hey, fun part, there are like two really popular anime characters that are my exact same height. One is Levi Ackerman, who I don't think I could nail down any sort of personality from. However, the other one might just have this nifty thing in his pocket at all times. And, well, what better way to have the cosplay than to have the watched match? This was a Christmas present. The cosplay I might just buy myself in the next couple months. Hey, yo, she's just taking time to check Renako out by this point, which, I mean, can't be blamed for, but like, damn, Kaho. True! Hold on. True and factual, by the way, like I said before, surprisingly, I think she is the most gifted among all her friends. Like, Mai surprised me a little bit, and so did Sasuke, by the way they dressed compared to, what was it? Why are there dark circles under her eyes? Was she crying by being so impressed by the titty? Understandable. I think Ajisai is probably the one that can match her the closest. Honestly, I think Renako might be even a little bigger than that. That's quite the statement. True, it looks like, but damn. Okay, the fact that's a Blu-ray and the appearance fits them perfectly is crazy. Yeah, just for cosplaying, nothing else. Nothing involving being a maid or anything. Uh-huh. Why do I think this is not going over as well as Kaho is saying? Because I do remember something about being a maid, so like, this is probably what I was thinking. Okay, a maid cosplay photo shoot at a church? I feel like there might be something a little sacrilegious about that. Hot, but sacrilegious. All the fan-made stuff? Hey, yo, what's that supposed to mean? That look off Kaho. She forgot to mention there would be professionals, didn't she? A fairy. Now, do you mean like? There's a couple ways I could take the statement I'm about to say. Do you mean it'll be taken by a professional photographer who might be a guy but isn't into the ladies? Or by just like an AI camera sitting there? I'm thinking it might be the first thing. And again, she's off. Came so far, and she's gone. Run, little rabbit, run. Girl, listen. I think the really fucked up part I could see of my future... Why? The really fucked up part I could see about my future isn't all the threats or things I think of I would hit person if X reason. I think the reason I might, go to jail one day is for striking a woman who is, like Renako. All the great qualities you would want in somebody and still feeling so shitty about themselves. Because listen, I would never hit a woman undeservedly. But I feel like, talking shit about yourself, even though you have everything going for you, would be a valid reason to hit someone. I would hit a guy for that reason too, but also with men, I would rather, demoralize them more. Which is fucked up, sure. But also, there are enough men that, get everything handed to them in this planet that don't deserve it, so... And, I don't just mean on a general scale, hot guy, get everything, fuck women, break their heart, whatever. No, I mean, there are a lot of people that commit lots of crimes that get everything in the world handed to them just because they're attractive, so... It's okay to talk shit to some men who are attractive, because you never know what kind of person they are. If you want to try and, talk positive to some basic human piece of trash like me, hey, we always appreciate it. But trying to give some sort of, positive thing said to a guy who's already genuinely attractive, they're rage baiting and they're waiting to murder you. Not 100% of the time, but also look at people like Jeffrey Dahmer. Also, Kaho is speaking the truth. And it's at least a bunch of pretty ladies who are helping out, not, a bunch of dudes. Yeah, she does fit into that well. And also, speaking of, by the way, this one's predictable. Gotta love how sometimes they have the minor characters actually be some of the hottest characters. And yes, this is me speaking on the moral high ground, but listen, that photographer specifically, 100% my type. I can say all the, slightly morally questionable things I do say about, their tits and stuff. But on a genuine scale, I date somebody like the photographer over any of those, girls with the multitude of hair colors and big ass titties. Because a woman like that, way more down to earth. Probably also a decent amount of, things that she goes through on a day to day basis, but maybe also not, unnecessarily self deprecating, like some main characters. Oh, good. She personally recorded a voice message for Renako. And listen, I'm just gonna say, whatever this is going to, I might have had similar thoughts to do things like that. Seeing if I could find a specific voice line from a specific character and just run it on repeat as I sleep. Maybe it'll help, the shit going on up here in my bullshit brain. Really gotta see if I can find just that one line. Just because somebody had to have, clipped it and, put it out there as, some sort of mental help or something. Then again, there's, a lot of characters in the history of, anime and gaming and stuff that, probably could have a little, portion of its own space on the internet, but people are more apt to want to hurt people than help people, and that's the unfortunate part. Because a lot of those self-help things and all of those sleep help things, those are things that could be combined together. I'm just saying, man. Your favorite anime character or something, just saying I love you on repeat repeatedly could actually help one's mental state. Not to a good degree, maybe, but also maybe? Never know till you try. Okay, so is that trying to help her, get over her anxiety from the cosplaying? Or is it just to help Kaho confess? Listen to it during math class before going, that's crazy. But, that statement causing the vibration through Renako like it did, yeah, no, she was definitely, plotting something more than just helping her relax. Pause. Speaking of this, I gotta finish Bad Girl, but guess that'll happen in February unless I do double uploads. I finished watching Bad Girl. I just have not done any editing for the cut down versions because, well, after YouTube's whole stupidity that happened in October and November, did I get my account kicked off in September? I don't remember. Regardless, I gotta upload the cut up versions of Bad Girl because that kind of reminded me. Why did she imagine her in so many different outfits, by the way? Did she actually see her in those different outfits? Or is her imagination really just that good? She did imagine Najasai in a couple different outfits last, cut of the episode, so... See, I get that position of things, no matter how much you listen to something that's trying to tell you other shit than what you actually believe in. It's hard. It's difficult, especially when you understand what type of human being you are based on the kind of shit that happens throughout your day-to-day life. But also, Kaho has been 100% honest with her from the very beginning of, you are an attractive and nice person. You should not hate yourself. Maybe she should have actually smacked her with a brick. Maybe that actually would have made her think a little more. But then again, people deserve to be hit with bricks for worse, so... Pause. Did she just speak positively about herself. Maybe it is helping, actually. Sister's even caught off guard, like, wait, what? Hold on. Did she just speak nice about herself? She's never done that. Not even gonna pay it any mind. In the good mood in the morning. Even Satsuki's picking up on the strangeness immediately. That's definitely a shift from the usual mood for Renako. I chose the wrong fucking time to pause. Like, I know what's coming, but the fact that this actually resembles something else is insane, by the way. Oh, and I think I need to take these off before I laugh them out. Oh my god. Oh, that is actually so funny. Like, I remember pausing in an exact same way with a certain other anime, though that anime was also just on episode 1. If you know, you know. Oh, good lord. Okay. I can't think of any funny wordplay to connect the two characters, so I'm just gonna... Chop. Yep. Oh, awkward timing, by the way. Blame Kaho for this, Ajisai. Timing, Renako! So, I'm imagining this just going in for a hug. But this is probably going to hit all of them in a crazy fashion. Because next they'll probably see Mai realizing the personality change and... Okay, that's a quite direct compliment, but she's probably not opposed. The red instantly. Satsuki's just standing there so confused by it. And even Kaho's sitting there like, shit. That actually worked way better than I thought it would. Also, is her hand on her thigh? Hey, yo, you two aren't even dating yet, and you're getting a bit too handsy there, ain't you, Renako? Damn, she actually started rethinking about just like, wait, nope, and going back to the normal way of things. She's grayed out. That's actually funny. Like, they pretty much used the camera filter on her that they use for Tony Storm, and that's amusing. But instead of it being, like, for the reason to take, the feel from the 20s to 40s on how filmmaking was, it's to show her depression. Hey, listen, if she does it every single day for the remainder of her life, it'll work. Well, at least she's thinking positively. That is helpful. Also, speaking of thinking positively, I wasn't going to wear these, but I think just specifically for at least the rest of this episode, if not like the next couple, I do actually want, like, genuine thoughts, because I'm not the one who wears glasses, even though my sight is like getting worse as time goes on. But I did opt to grab some blue light glasses to help, because I'm always staring at screen with a light in my face. So like, just like from a aesthetic perspective, how's this? Okay, hold on, this dot dusty. Cut away while I'm cleaning this. Yeah, aesthetically, how's this look? Because, like, I know in general, I'm kind of like, actually ugly and unattractive and all that stuff, but, like, weirdly, I kind of think aesthetically this works. I could be wrong, though. What do y'all think? Because maybe, like, I'll wear the glasses on screen more often, and maybe thumbnail images could look better. I don't know. We'll see. But for the rest of this episode, I'll keep them on, get some opinions. Maybe I'll keep them on for the next episode, too. Her reaction to Renako actually having self-confidence in herself is great, though. Like, this worked too well, but also not at all. Kaho pointing out the obvious. Hey, yo! Now you're saying you're cuter than your own girlfriends? crazy to somebody who had such self-deprecation unnecessarily about themselves just a couple days prior. Everyone's already falling in love with you. Now you're just starting to understand temporarily why. Meanwhile, Kaho just over there like, okay, maybe I should try and tune her back down a little bit after this. She feels how I feel about Renako on a regular basis. Meanwhile, the attractive one in the back who was trying to talk her through it the other day, probably like, wow, I wonder what happened to her. And Kaho being shoved to the back even though it's her photo shoot. Oops. Ayo, but ayo? What's she doing under them covers? Meanwhile, the photographers are like, what are you doing? The tease and kiss is always a really good photo shoot, though, for, any sort of cosplayer or females. Because, even if you're not committing, it's still a good look. Even better if they commit, though. Bunch of professionals commit, and it's like, there we go, she's grounded again. Back to normal. Now she's like, wait, was I actually calling myself cute? What the fuck? Again, we're back to being relatable. You're right, because there's a lot of good anime and video games and stuff that are coming out in the future. But in a general scale... Hey, yo, Kaho, you weren't about to confess too, were you? Listen, ayo? Wasn't that the same hotel she was at with, Mai? How does Renako keep ending up in these situations where she goes to a love hotel with a hot girl? Actually crazy, really. But then again, wouldn't we all love that kind of, manga-driven ending with somebody, whether it be somebody we're already friends with or somebody we have met and just end up at a random hotel together and, But on a realistic scale, it is great that Renako had some help, gained some temporary confidence, was able to do the thing, make some good money. Honestly, I wish I could do any of those things. Because again, self-confidence is hard. To even think that this actually, comes together with the decent look at all is, a lot to consider in reality when it probably doesn't even help a little, but again, that's why I'm asking y'all's opinions just from a general standpoint. But again, the fact that Renako is so self-deprecative, I don't know, I feel like somebody should, hit her on a regular basis to knock some sense into her. Kaho headbutting her in the last episode was a great start to that. Now, if she could do it more often to knock some sense into her more frequently. Now, however, Kaho taking her to a hotel, where is that going, I wonder? Because, when it happened with Mai, it led places. When it happened with Satsuki, it went places. When it happened with Ajisai, it went places. Though Ajisai is the only one of the three she has not kissed yet. Will Kaho beat her on that? Or will it not go over quite as Renako thinks? Suppose we'll find that out. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, as well as your thoughts about the show as a whole and any other things I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description, ring both bells like Facebook, follow Twitter and Blue Sky, keep up to date with things, TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visual and audio of the stuff I upload here in full. TikTok is questionable because they had a kind of moment where their PC version went down, which is strange, and I really hope I get to log into that because I have at least one video to upload. Technically a bunch, because there's at least 2 different anime series I can batch upload on there. But, I guess I'll check that after I'm done recording these and figure that out. Go follow Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free, helps me out immensely for the temporary, these for the long term, and till next time, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critique, so ta-ta for now. Peace.